Wow. The delusion that has increased in the Pokemon market is getting insane. Let's talk about it. I'm Gary, Cardfather. I operate a trading card store online and hopefully here very soon an actual brick and mortar in Columbus, Ohio. Here's my credentials. This is my validation. I am legit. I have sales. I know what to talk about. I have distributors. So I do have a good basis and understanding of how this works. And today I want to talk to you about what the difference is between MSRP and market price. And listen, this is going to be a doozy of a video. I'm going to be a little frank. I'm actually Gary, but I'm going to be a little hard on some of this, and I'm going to just be kind of like honest about it because I'm a little perturbed. I'm a little perturbed by it. So let me get into it. So I was watching a video by CNA Games. Mason, if you're familiar with him, if not, go check out his channel. CNA Games, great guy. And he had a video where he was describing the market, and he was talking about how people come into a store and say, "Wow, Mason, you got great product, everything's there, but it's really priced up, it's high." And then someone made a comment in the video, and in the video it said, "Hey, checked out your store. Your prices are not buyer friendly." What does that even mean? Like, what does not a buyer friendly even mean? I don't get that. I think it's a problem. And I want to address it in my own way. I want to address it because I've had to learn this lesson in the last year and a half of my journey of working hard diligently to get to a point where I can be a legitimate store and have legitimate sales and actually charge good prices for the products that we have, right? And then the singles and all the things that we do. So let me break this down for you, okay? MSRP is manufacturer suggested retail price. The biggest word out of that whole thing, out of that whole acronym, is suggested, okay? We are not required to sell product at MSRP, nor are we required to sell product under MSRP. We can sell product and things however we want, all right? You can go to Walmart, and typically Walmart will be MSRP. If you go to anywhere like Meijer, they're going to have a Meijer tax, so they're going to up that MSRP just a little bit more, and they're going to sell above it. That's usually like 5 to 10% higher. But MSRP is suggested. Like, we don't have to sell the product. And market price, honestly, we don't have to sell at market either. But a lot of us choose to sell at market price, especially when you talk about English Pokemon or you talk about English collectibles in general. When you go to a video game store, like a resale video game store, not a GameStop, not a Target, but like a Video Games Express or some sort of like video game store that's in your local area. There's Capital Games here in Columbus. That's a really good store as well. And Video Games Express in Grove City, where I live. A great store. These guys, they go on market value, okay? They'll take a video game that is $24.99, and that's what it's, going in comps or retailing out at. They'll sell it at $24.99. And, they do buy it in at a lower rate. That's how this works. That's how business works. That's how this stuff works. So I'm going to address something here real quick because a lot of people will look at us, okay, and they'll say, okay, legitimate business buying product at wholesale, selling it at retail, or buying it wholesale, selling it at market. But they'll look at somebody else and they'll call them a scalper because they go in and buy product and they buy product at MSRP and then turn around and sell it at market price. Yeah. That's not scalping, first of all. That is retail arbitrage. Give or take what you want to call and how you address that. That's not scalping. The market demand on a product, guys, actually determines what the product will sell for. All right? And 151 is a great example of this. Prismatic Evolutions is another, okay? You've got people who are getting their pre-orders coming in from their allocations for Prismatic Evolutions, and they're setting it at a rate that is market-based, all right? So if you see somebody who's got Prismatic Evolutions for pre-order and they're selling it pre-order from $50 to say $75 or $90 or $100, and there are people doing that on eBay and on TCG Player where they're selling ETBs at pre-order for $100. Okay, not the Pokemon Center ones, but the regular ETBs. They're doing that because they're basing it off of market value. All right, they're not doing it on MSRP. MSRP is $49.99. All right. Now, I will be honest with you. I had pre-orders up, and within 3 minutes, I sold out of all my pre-orders. 3 minutes. Brian at Pokey sold 300 ETBs in under 10. All right. That's nuts. That's crazy. All right. I sold all of my Prismatic Evolutions pre-orders in under just about 3 minutes, which is nuts. All right. Since I sent an email, 3 minutes later, boom, it was gone. And I did charge $59.99. Yeah, I charged $10 more. I charged $10 more for my ATVs. I charged $3 more for the stickers. I charged $5 more for the binder collection. Like, I charged a little bit more for it. Why? Because I can. I'm not stuck to MSRP. I'm stuck to market. And I didn't charge market value on all of that, because if you looked at the binder collections, I think they were like $55 or $65 or even $75 market value for Prismatic Evolutions, and the ETBs were sitting at like $99, $95 pre-order. I could have charged that. I could have put it out there, and I'm pretty doggone sure somebody would have bought it at that price. I'm pretty sure somebody would have bought it at that price. But that's the difference between understanding the market value and MSRP value, and this is a pre-order, okay? So I'm out to make as much money as I possibly can because I need to fuel my business, and that's my passion, is my business. And outside of Jesus and my family, my business is my passion, and I'm working very diligently to build my business. And I could have charged as much money as I wanted to on something that is so hot like Prismatic Evolutions. And the same thing goes with like 151. So you have to understand that the market value of something is only determined by the demand of that product. And you cannot expect an LGS or an LCS or an online LGS like myself, you cannot expect us to be quote unquote buyer friendly just because you think you get to get a deal because something is so on demand that we should be selling it at MSRP versus selling it at market. You can't expect that. Here's the thing. Mason said it best. I'll say it as well. Brian has said it. I know others have said it too in other stores. Buy from us or don't buy from us. Buy from me or don't buy from me. I know that I depend on you, the buyer, the customer, buying from me to help fuel my business and inevitably turn me into some sort of like YouTube rockstar god, which probably will never happen. And if you're this far into the video, drop me a comment down below and tell me what you think of that statement. But there's something to be said for this. Like, I depend on you to buy my product or to buy something from me. I depend on you, but I am not dependent on you. Okay? I have more hustle and grind than you will ever imagine, and I will do my very best, and I'll continue to hustle and grind, and people will buy and people won't buy. And where I set my prices is at market value. So if you're upset at the fact that people are not being buyer friendly or having buyer friendly prices, that's because you have a misconception of what MSRP and market pricing is. And we're in a hot market right now. We're in a bullish market for collectibles, not just Pokemon, but collectibles in general. We are in a very bullish market, and we will continue to be in a bullish market for at least another 6 to 9 months. I would say probably close to a year. And that means that we're seeing a boom that we haven't seen since COVID, since the boom in COVID. And then you have to think about this. We had this huge spike in COVID, and then in 2021, 2022, complete tank in the market value. Sealed product was incredibly difficult to move. No margins were being made. Distributors were overcharging, and they still kind of are overcharging. And now we're getting into a place where demand for this product has increased significantly. People want their collectibles. People want the cards. Pokemon is doing an amazing job with these cards. Like, they're printing some beautiful stuff. If you've not seen Prismatic Evolutions, if you've not seen Terrestrial Festival, if you've not seen what these cards will look like, you're missing out. I'm telling you, this is going to be an amazing set. And the cards are going to be beautiful, and they're going to be highly playable, and it's going to be really cool. People want their collectibles. I just think that there's a conception here, a misconception. There's confusion here, about what buyer-friendly really is. Buyer-friendly is not an actual term. It's not a concept that we should be worried about. You should be expecting market price whenever you buy something right now. You should be expecting that the product you get is from somebody who you trust, and somebody who is reliable, and somebody who has confidence that you have confidence in is going to deliver that product on time, or deliver that product to you properly and with a gusto, and somebody who's going to be truthful and trustworthy with that, and honest. And I hope you find that in me. I hope you find that in Brian. I hope you find that in CNA Games with Mason, and I hope you find that with Rudy and Alpha Investments and all these other sellers who are doing their best to be reputable, trustworthy sellers. And that's the thing. You should not be expecting a buyer-friendly price. You should be expecting what a business will pay or charge and that is market. Okay, so that's it. That's my rant. Have a great night. Thanks for joining me, and as always, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. And until next time, friends, see you later.